Okay, so this episode was a little bit better, but this season really it's not giving. Like it's not all that great. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. We here for LAMH Huntsville, season 8, episode 6. No more nice Tish. And it should be like Tish, like Tisha. No more nice Tish. Anyway, this episode, if it wasn't for Tisha being under the influence, child, please. Anyway, look, if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe, like the video, watch all the way through. I'm trying to get back in the algorithm. Okay, YouTube got me messed up right now, and I need y'all help, and it's free, so why not? And I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Listen, I ain't gonna make no more excuses for the reason why these videos is late. It's summertime, and I'm trying to enjoy my time. I'm reclaiming my time, okay? I went out, saw a little Bryson Tiller performance this weekend, saw Bad Boys, got some sleep. Like, listen, did some self-care, got a facial. I had to put me first. I had to put me first. And when I came back and watched these shows, aside from Never Ever Met, I really didn't miss much. So, anywho, let's get into it. We pick up where we left off because it's a Carlos King production. So we always end the episode with a to be continued. Always. Okay. So we pick back up with Ken and Tricia discussing getting married, even though she's still legally married to somebody else and hasn't filed not one single sheet or piece of paper. We could have wrapped this up last week. I don't know why this was a to be continued. Don't do it no more. Tricia claims that she gonna get the ball rolling. If she was gonna do it, Ken keep talking about she been separated for 5 years. If she was gonna do it, she would have been done it. Okay. I really personally feel like she's not filing the paperwork because she doesn't want to get married, and it's easier to be like, oh, I can't get married because he won't sign them papers, than to just come clean and be like, I just don't want to get married. I don't know if she's waiting for her ex-husband to come back. I don't know if it's an excuse because she doesn't want to marry Ken and she's fine with just shacking up and dragging her kids along for the ride. I don't know. I don't think she's really seriously ready to marry this man. He never wanted to get married until he met her, and I bet he won't want to marry nobody else after this because she's playing games. It's not fair. It's not right. She got his daughter involved, got her kids in a mess. It really don't take all of this. It don't. We're going to get more into it, but if she wanted to get the ball rolling, she would have. Okay, when you're ready to end it, you run straight to the courthouse. You use your PTO, do what you got to do, call in sick. You run into the courthouse as soon as it opens so you can file them papers. All I hear is a bunch of excuses. So, Nell and Chris discuss Nell's birthday party. She's worried about people ruining her party. We see a flashback scene of the reunion where Tisha was saying that, because Stormy said, it was something about Stormy and Tisha going back and forth, and Tisha was saying that Stormy didn't pay her invoices, and Stormy was like, well, when you make the kind of money I make, girl, I don't care how much money you make, you need to pay your invoices. They never cleared that up. But then Tisha was like, well, we all millionaires. I don't know about that. Now, Katisha, you and Marcel living real humble, and I'm not saying millionaires don't be living humbly. I'm just saying y'all never even have a steady home or nothing. Like, it's really not giving millionaire. Like, maybe your business makes millions, but what do you take home? Like, what assets do you have? What's in your bank account? I don't believe maybe thousandaires. Millionaire seems like a stretch. It seems like a reach. Okay, like she almost broke her arm with that reach. Now, I don't know their finances, but what I do know is today, Stormy got $1 million in sales on one TikTok live. She broke a record, okay, for the Black Girl Magic. Shout out to Canvas Beauty. Like I said, the products ain't did nothing for my hair personally, but I'm glad it's working for y'all. So keep on buying and supporting the Black business. Now, Tisha, what was that you said on last reunion about Stormy making this little TikTok money? Ching, bling, 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 bitches is mad, okay? Little TikTok money, honey. People are getting rich and quitting their 9-to-5s on social media. Don't be fooled. Don't get it twisted. And I, too, would like to be one of those folks. That's why I need y'all to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay? And anywho, they mentioned Lexi. Nell called her stepdaughter again. So I guess all that mess she said last year about we don't refer to them as steps and all that, that's my daughter, is out the window for good, okay? Once she outed Nell for being a side chick, it was done. So the Scots 1 and 2.0 have a business meeting. Blah. Kimmy said Marcel takes too long to finish projects and she ain't got time for him to be dragging his feet when it comes to her stuff. Okay, she don't play that. And I know that's right, but is Kimmy still a nurse? Like, is she still doing that or did she just give that up? No, she didn't give it up listening to that man. But anyway, or maybe she, gave it up when she was going through chemo and things. I just hope it wasn't because of that man. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. In his confessional, Marcel said that those little projects weren't priority. What he gets paid for is a priority. Fixing up mama's house wasn't no priority. If fixing up mama's house ain't no priority, then what is? Then again, he didn't care about fixing up his own house. That Scott Manor ain't nothing but sticks and leaves till this day. Don't take the projects on. If they're not a priority, just say, I don't have the time, and don't take on the projects. Hire somebody who will make these projects their priority. Since y'all are millionaires, y'all can surely pay to hire help, right? Anyway, the wives get into it because Maurice tried to out Kimmy and was like, well, Kimmy is going to make you big. And Kimmy like, why do you keep doing that, making it seem like it's just me? Like, you're not talking behind their back saying they need to bid as well. And I know that's right. Quick to throw Kimmy under the bus always. And Tisha was like, wait a minute now. I mean, Marcel, do you even want to work with him? This is a two-way street. She got a point, but obviously he does, or they wouldn't be having this meeting. Okay. Like, they say Tisha the face, but I think Tisha is the face of whatever Marcel got going on. Like, her name is on stuff, but she don't really know what's going on. I don't believe that. But Kimmy seems a little bit more involved. I just don't think they should work together. Like, I see Kimmy's point about wanting to keep it in-house and keeping the money between family. I just think they should not mix the business with the family relationship, especially given Marcel's history. It doesn't work. Him dragging his feet doesn't work for Kimmy's timeline. I just think they should just get somebody that they don't know and hire help from outside. It's okay. So the Scots, especially the Scots 2.0, really aren't bringing much to the table this season. Tisha tells Maurice to tell his brother to put on his wedding ring. For what? For why? He ain't been wearing it. He ain't been wearing that ring since season 1. He ain't been wearing that ring since before we ever even heard about y'all. We didn't even know y'all, and he wasn't wearing that ring, okay? He wasn't wearing that ring when he was working at the movie theater. So why would he need to put it on now? Girl, if you can't get him to... Your mama complained he still ain't put it on. If that didn't make him put it on, nothing will. Like, we know he's married and we know he don't care. He wants the benefits of having a wife, but he really don't want to go around looking like he's somebody's husband. Period. So Ken and Courtney play basketball. They're going to shoot some hoops, okay? Courtney said they've been playing together since they were 10 in little leagues. I thought they had just met. Like, I don't know. Wait a minute. Didn't Ken say that he moved to Huntsville when he was like a teenager? Now they're playing in Little League since they was 10. If I got that wrong, I could have sworn they just said they had just met. I don't know. Well, never. Okay, whatever. I don't know. So Ken starts talking about his messy love triangle with Tricia and her husband. Ken said that a lot of people think she's still married to her husband because she is. So they think she's still married because she is still married. Like, I don't care though. Well, technically she's been separated for 5 years. She's married. This is why I don't be all, well, you said technically if you're separated and you ain't living it. No. Until you're divorced, you're married. And Lil Miss Thang won't even file no papers. So she gonna be married for a good while. She can at any given moment just say, I want my family back and go back to her husband. And nobody's gonna say nothing because why? That's her husband. You see how that works? That's why you don't do that. But anywho, Ken said, I already said that. So Ken said they were separated for years before he came in the picture. If that's the case, she should have been filed and already to find a divorce should have been finalized before she even met you. So Ken mentions that Martell was pretending that he didn't know Tricia and she was a stranger in Stormy's house. He acting like, look, I don't know what that's about. It's making it seem like my baby was messing with you. You might want to check that, like Courtney said, and like we were saying, and like I said, I would, because he was like, he told her to talk to him. No, you might want to holler at him, see what's going on with that. Trisha got a lot of baggage with her. It's something about her. I don't know what it is. She can go for me personally. Like, I don't, I'll take her mumbling and fumbling and stumbling and rumbling over Sunny. I was so glad we had to see Sunny in all that this episode. I actually forgot about it until literally just now. However, it's giving rinse and repeat. All the side chicks and side dudes and people on the side, like every season. Like it's nothing else. It's getting a little stale. Okay. It's getting a little stale. If you ain't gonna bring the husband on, and I really don't, I don't got the same oomph that it had when we first found out that Martell was cheating on Melody. Y'all trying to get that back, but it ain't giving that. It's not. Whatever. Stormy, Courtney, Tricia, and Ken are in the Sprinter going to Nell's party. Stormy asked what Tisha had to say about her when Tricia was training Tisha. Tricia said that Tisha told her to basically watch out because Stormy and Nell like to switch up. I don't know how or why or when she said that because I ain't hear that. So they must have cut that out. The Scotts are in another separate Sprinter, and the Scotts 1.0 are confused as to why Stormy invited them to her Body Glaze party. I get it because I would be too, like in real life, but y'all on a TV show. Hello, duh. Y'all know how this goes. Y'all been on this show since the start. At the party, the Scotts are speaking to the Fletcher's kids. They need to give them adult children some mics. They need microphones because I didn't hear nothing that they said. And I was not about to go back and reread the captions. Basically, they said Lexi ain't coming. So Mel arrives and everyone stands up to greet the queen bee. Okay, period. Tisha, for some reason, tells Mel to take her shades off, then proceeds to try to pull her sunglasses off of her face. And Mel was like, wait a minute, I don't know what you think this is or where you think we at. We in a club and I'm keeping my shades on. Tisha, why did you think? What made you think that was okay to put your hands on somebody's face? Tisha, this is why the people don't like you, girl. What are you doing? So Tisha mentions Mel saying that she wanted to talk to Marcel and she had some, Marcel said something that she ain't like. And Mel was like, this is not the time or the place. Like, girl, again, like as soon as she walked in the door and you wonder why Mel don't really fool with you. Like, I wouldn't fool with you after today because you're getting on my nerves. I don't know if Tisha's drunk. What's going on, honey? Put the liquor down, okay? You don't drink when you about to film. Whatever you do on your downtime, fine. But when they filming, please. So Stormy and them arrive. Stormy, I know I got a little cleavage out today. I know I got a little bit out today. That dress was ill-fitting at the top. I don't know. We got Players Club realness, okay? So Tisha complains about Nell being late to her own party. Girl, it's her party. She can be late if she wants to. I mean, I can understand she was like, how late was she? Was it like hours late? Either way, it's her party. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to sit there and wait. You getting paid now. You ain't sitting there for free. So the Fleshers make an entrance. And, they dipping it low, picking it up slow. Marcel tells them to stop dipping and doing because they got kids. Them grown kids know how they got here. Anyway, dip it low, okay? Pick it up slow. What you talking about? Okay. Anyway, so Nell said her kids threw her the party. I thought Chris threw her the party because she asked him who all did he invite. And he the only one with money around there. We know the kids don't got none. So how did they throw the party? Did they just give input, like their thoughts on where it should be? Or what you talking about? But that's neither here nor there. Nell tells Stormy that she looks good. She looks so different from losing all that weight. Like, I don't know, it's the way she said that. Like, ooh, you look great now. You look so different now that you lost all that weight. Like, wait a minute. She don't look that much different, okay? She still looks the same. She looks good, and she don't look that much different. Like, okay, she looked good before. She looks good now. Wait a minute. Okay, but anyway, Nell asked Tricia, she's like, and what's your name again? And then Tricia was like, Tricia. She's like, nice to meet you. So it sounded like they met for the first time, but didn't she say that Nell was kin to her on her mama's side? I don't know, because now Tricia, are you a liar? Like, what's going on? But we're gonna go into it. So the ladies gather, they sitting around. Mel said that Nell is celebrating her 20-something birthday or 20th birthday. She didn't really need to say that, but I guess she was trying to be cute or whatever. And then Tisha was like, let's give it 30, which, I guess it's still a compliment, but again, and Nell was like, can we please get up off the age? Why we got to keep talking about my age? Y'all know I'm older than y'all. So Tisha was like, you should be proud of it. Age is just a number, like trying to force her to talk about it. Listen, if that lady don't want to talk about her age, she don't have to. And why are y'all doing this on her birthday? She don't have to talk about it at all in general, point blank, in the period. And especially not on her birthday. This is her party. If she don't want to talk about her age, she don't have to. Talk about your age at your party, Tisha. She was adamant, like, well, you should be talking about it. Well, you should be proud. You should mind your business, is what you should do. You need to go home and sleep that liquor off, get you some ginger ale, is what you need to do. So, come to find out, it's Chris Fletcher who's related to Tricia on her mama's side. And when she was like, she would see Chris out and be like, hey, cuz. And he'd be like, girl, who are you? I don't know you. Y'all might be have some relation somewhere, like distant cousins, but it seems like y'all don't know each other from a can of paint. Stop claiming that then. So the bottle girls come out and they blowing bubbles for the guys. And I was like, what part of the game is this? Why are you coming out for them? And all them bubbles will get on my nerves. Where's the drinks? But okay. So then Tisha said that she wants to, she want to get her body like Trisha's body goals. Now, Trisha's body is nice, okay? Nell was like, well, you better start getting busy then. You better get to work. I said, no, ooh, I know that's going to trigger Tisha because she just been waiting for Nell to say the right thing at the right time, okay? Mel asked how long Tricia has been a trainer, and she said, since her parents passed on, rest in peace to her parents, but ooh-wee, what a way to like dampen the mood. Like it just made it sad. I don't know. So they swiftly moved on, and someone asked Tricia if she's married. She got all tongue-tied and confused and was mumbling and fumbling again, child, like she always do. And she said she's married, but she's separated, but she with somebody else. How embarrassing is that for Ken? Like to be like, oh yeah, but I'm married to somebody else, but I'm technically like, oh my God, what? Can't you just say you got a boyfriend, like, and leave the rest out? I wouldn't even mention the ex-husband if he about to be my ex-husband anyway. If I was about to divorce him, I would just be like, oh, there's my boyfriend over there. We're dating or whatever. So the guys are talking to Ken and they asked if he's married. And well, they're all married, but you wouldn't be able to tell that all of them are married because Marcel never wears his ring. And Lord knows, Courtney and Stormy just started wearing their rings again. I don't know what that was about. But anyway, Ken said not yet. So Maurice asked, when do you get married? Now, for me, because Ken said not yet, it made it sound like they're engaged. Like, oh, not yet. Like there's an upcoming pending wedding. Because the way he said not yet, like, okay, so y'all planning a wedding? So it did make sense for Maurice to be like, okay, well, when y'all getting married? Because of how Ken said it. But it's funny because Maurice all up in their business asking that, but it took him like almost a decade to marry Gimme. I know he didn't like when people was asking him that same question when it was taking him umpteenth years after they bought a house together and everything to finally marry Gimme. So Ken said that she's still married, but she's been separated for 5 years. And Marcel was like, so when did you find out about this? Like, how long has this been going on? And Kim was like, oh, I've been knowing about it. I knew from the start. She never withheld it from me. Then she said it took her 4 months to tell you. Like, y'all love to lie. But I guess he didn't want to, put it on blast. So Nell asks if Tricia is really over her ex because she hasn't filed any paperwork. And I don't know what excuse she gave, child. She made up something. Maurice was like, after 5 years, you can get out of that, okay, without the husband signing. Because Courtney was like, well, if he won't sign, what is he supposed to do? Get out of it, like Maurice said. And Courtney gonna say, oh, well, you a lawyer. So, and Maurice was like, yeah, he needs to get a lawyer. I told y'all on my last review last week. No, first of all, no, you don't need no lawyer. That's a myth. She's living a separate life. They're not splitting assets at this point or anything. So if you're not splitting assets, there's nothing else to do but to dissolve the marriage. You're not splitting assets, child support, all the other stuff, visitation. You can file that separately. You can go through with the divorce and then do all that stuff later. Just get the divorce. So you don't need a lawyer to do that. How do I know? Because I did it with no signature and no divorce. I know every state's different, but sheesh, it does not take no 5 years. It only took me a few months. They don't even be checking. You could just tell them, like, look, I've been separated for 5 years. Like, they gonna count it. Unless you're in certain states where you got to get legally separated, and then she has to add on another year. But I feel like they would factor in the fact that she's been separated for 5 years with a separate address and everything. And she can move along. She just don't want to. Tricia can easily pull the wool over Ken's eyes and other people's eyes. See, Maurice's been divorced on top of being a lawyer. So, he know how it goes because he was dragging his feet when he was getting divorced while he was messing around with Kimmy. So he know how, allegedly, but not allegedly. So he know how it go. But Ken ain't never been married. So all he doing, he just heard what she said. He just took her word for it. A quick Google search would have solved this, but whatever. Listen, Ken, don't let her tell you any old thing. You don't need his signature at this point. Just file the paperwork. I want to see it filed, stamped by somebody at the courthouse. I need to know it's them documents have been signed, still delivered, you paid the fee, and you getting the process started for real, for real. I don't hear nothing about no, you ain't getting no signature. It sounds like excuses. Stop getting, and you got him all around your girl. Shit. So back with the ladies. Tisha calls Nell feisty for no reason at all. I don't know what that was about. And Nell, was clearly offended. Then she says Nell and Mel are just too similar. She's going to call Nell Linnell because Linnell is like her biological name. Nell said, no, call me Nell. I'm Nell. She's Mel. Call her Melody. I'm sure Mel wouldn't mind. Tisha is just doing the most on Nell's birthday at that. Like, why are you picking with this lady on her birthday? She needs to go home. So, again, Nell is clearly irritated. I don't know why Tisha is like picking a fight, but she needs to stop. Tisha moves on to Stormy because Stormy had like made a comment. And then she was like, oh, and speaking of you, Stormy, it's weird that you invited me to a party when we haven't spoken since the reunion. We haven't talked in months. That's true, but it's like a cast event. Like, come on. Like, we don't got to play this game no more. We can break fourth wall. We know what's up. It's a cast event. That's why. She didn't invite you because she just wants you there. Stormy asked what Tisha meant at the reunion when she said, when Tisha said, go pop some pills. I, too, would like an explanation as to what she meant when she told her to go pop some pills. But we'll find out next week because it sounds like Tisha is not trying to answer the question. And we left off with a what to be continued. So drop down in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything, what you thought about the episode. Be sure to like the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.